Hello, everyone. Welcome to the latest episode of And One. Tonight we got Aneisha Scott with us. How are you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm Aneisha Scott. I go to DeLaSalle. I'm in 10th grade and I play point guard.
That point guard mentality. You didn't need me to set you up. You were ready to go with the introduction. I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. Well, so this is kind of your, chance to share your basketball story, your basketball journey, kind of. So when we do that, we always do start from the beginning. When did you first start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball when I was 4 or 5. I believe was when I first started really getting into basketball. Then I got into fundamentals at Farview. I played there for about maybe like a year, 2 years. Then in 9th grade, we moved to Hospitality House. And we played there until 7th or 8th grade. And then for AAU, we went to the city and we did pretty good overall. We're still doing good. And then 8th grade, we moved me up to high school for my first year. First year went good. We started on JV, half varsity. Then towards the middle of the season, we got moved up to varsity, full time starter. 9th grade, full-time starter, point guard. Got to play with Savannah, IT, and Sydney. It was a good experience. We
Nice
almost
crew.
made it,
Nice crew.
almost made it, almost made it to the state tournament. Then now we're in 10th grade. We started our morning workouts. We're gonna get to open gyms and we're gonna try and make it as far as we can this year.
There you go. So with basketball, did you take to it right away? Were you kind of a natural with it, or was it kind of had to grow into the love of it?
Well, my family, like my dad and my brother have always been playing basketball, so I was kind of born into it. So when I was little, I would always go to my dad's games and watch him play, and then I'd pick up what I would watch. And then my brother, I'd watch him all the time, so I'd pick up what I watched with him. Then it just kept going and they would teach me what they knew and I would learn from them and then my game just developed naturally.
I like it. So you said you played for the city this summer. Where were some of the best places that you guys were able to go for tournaments this summer?
I would say our best place we went to was Vegas for balling in the ballroom. We
There you
played, yeah, we played up 16U and 17U. We went 2-2, but yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good experience. Good play, good competition. Yeah, it was good.
Vegas is always, I mean, maybe when you're not in high school, maybe it ain't as fun, but Vegas is always a promising one.
Yeah.
And then, who are some of the best players you've ever played against in your career, either high school or AAU?
Well, every year I'm pretty sure in AAU, I'm pretty sure I played against Kendall in her Minnesota Stars team. So Kendall, Sam. Um, I played against the Fury a couple times. So I played against Zahara. And then in high school, I played against Zahara as well and Kendall. And then I'd say Addie Mack would be one too.
There you go.
And I'd say last year would be Ronnie Porter and KK from Como. That that was a good game.
So speaking of, you said you kind of were a starter last year, first year as a starter. How would you say you grew as both, a starter, as a player, as a point guard from the start of the season to the end of the season?
I would say the end of the season of 8th grade and start of the year of 9th grade. I would say, you're coming in and you're like kind of trying to make yourself fit in. And then towards like once you get like a couple games in and all your nerves out, you kind of build up to your leadership and your communication piece and all of that. So I would say from beginning, you would be kind of like overwhelmed and trying to figure out what to do and how to do it right. And then you kind of ease into it and it just comes to you naturally. So yeah.
How did those three seniors, you talked about IT, Sydney Runsway, and then Savannah, who's now, Wisconsin Badger, how did those three kind of help you along in your development?
Um, well, them three made it to state a couple times, so they kind of shared their experience and what it takes to be there and their leadership. So I'd say they helped me like become more of a leader and to know how to lead the team and what it takes to lead the team and what it looks like to work hard and want to be where you're at. So I would say that they really helped me with that and grow into the leadership part and know how to lead and what to do and how to work hard and all of that and push people forward too.
And then we know Coach James, he's a tough coach. How would you
Yeah.
say he's helped you develop as a basketball player?
He helped me. He would help me from 8th grade year to now, as him putting me on JV to kind of like get my nerves going would help me for like the varsity games. And then once you get used to the varsity games, you kind of are just starting with that competitiveness and the aggressiveness, and you have no more nerves. And then during practice, he would I say he'd help the whole team out because we all work hard, and if like you don't communicate at a certain extent, there's consequences for that. So he'd help us get like grow as a team and make sure that you can communicate as a team and play as a team.
I like it. Were there any games that stood out that were memorable last year, exciting games, either last year, any of those that stand out to you?
Yeah, I would definitely say the Como game. Yeah, it was a tough game. We played hard. We fought to the end. We lost by 1 point, but to be able to be in that position and fight them that hard to where we almost lost by 1 point, I feel like that was a great experience and an exciting game. Everybody was ready for that game. We were all hyped in the locker room. Yeah, it was a good game. Um, I would say the Benilde and Minnehaha game was one too. I really look forward to those ones. I still do because we played them twice. We played them again this year. So yeah, I feel like those were some good games, some good competition games. It was a good. There's some intense moments. Yeah,
And then last year, I was at the Hill Murray one when you hit the game-winning shot.
yeah.
Is that something or you kind of grew into the confidence in that? Were you confident in the shot, or kind of how did you kind of come to the place of starting with being nervous at the beginning of the year to being, comfortable enough and confident enough in your shot to take a game-winning shot?
Okay, so the Hill Murray game was kind of like a tough game for me because I had just came back from being out of town from my grandpa because he had passed away. So I came back. Um, I didn't start that game, which kind of, it messed with me a little bit, but I didn't take it too personal. So when I got in, I would take every moment and every use of that time. Then towards the end, I would say I had a lot of confidence. I built it up throughout the year, and I knew that I would be able to take the shot and make it. So yeah, it was good. We know we had a good defensive play that time. We got a block, and then I used the advantage of the numbers that I had, and I went all the way.
There
Yeah.
you go. And that's another thing I don't think people give you enough credit for. You're not only a good defender, you get your fair share of blocks. Does
hmm
that come kind of just naturally with you, or do you work on your timing on that? Kind of what's your mentality when you're looking to go up for a block?
My mentality would be for taller players, there's a certain way you have to go. You have to go at a certain angle and a certain time. So what I do is when I let the defender get a little bit ahead, and I'll go from the side and time it. So then there's no contact, and then they can't call a foul. And then
Smart,
yeah,
smart.
yeah.
And then so coming into this year, you said some of the games that you're excited for this year. What's one aspect of your game that you think people are going to be surprised to see how improved it is, or how well you refined that skill coming into this year?
Um, I would say getting by my first defender and pulling up. I would say I didn't do that as much the last couple years, but I've been working on it, and my decision making on when to pull up and when to go to the basket all the way. And then I would say a little bit more of my defense and rebounds. And yeah.
Coach is going to love hearing defensive rebounding.
Yes, yes.
And so after a pretty strong summer, you starting the varsity last year, you're kind of,
Mhm.
I would say you're a pretty athletic, kind of well-rounded player.
Yep.
That comes with some recruitment attention. How do you kind of tackle your recruitment? Is it stressful? Is it nervous? Is it exciting? All of the above?
I would say it's not as stressful because there's like time management where you can take time to have time for that and take other time to chill out from it. I would say it's exciting because I'm only a sophomore, so to have colleges interested and the recruitment process picking up, I would say it's exciting to talk to all these coaches on the phone. And I got a couple visits coming up, so that's really exciting too. Get to go see the campus and get to know them better. So yeah.
So when you're looking at schools and stuff, what are some of your non-negotiables? What are some of your, when I'm gonna pick a school, it has to check these boxes before I can consider it.
Um, I would say good teammates that lift you up and encourage you to get better and do better, and good coaching, good relationships with the coaches, and good relationships with the teammates. And then I would say campus and the education that they have.
And so then we'll talk. Are you someone who watches the WNBA, NBA, college game? Do you watch those?
Yeah, I watch a lot of NBA. I catch some of the WNBAs. I watched a lot of the last bit of the college last year for the girls. And then I watched some boys. I watched the NCAA tournament. And then yeah, last year I got to go to the girls final two, yeah.
It was in Minneapolis, yes.
Mhm.
So who are some of the players that you enjoy watching the most? NBA, WNBA, college, male, female, who are some of the players you enjoy the most?
For college, I would say last year I like to watch Paige, but she's hurt this year, so
Yes.
I like to watch. I'm trying to remember her name. I know her last name is Henderson. She played against Paige.
Destiny Henderson.
Yep, there it is. Yep, I watched her too. I'm watching her in the WNBA as well. So, NBA, I would say I like to watch Steph a lot. I like to watch,
He's a pretty
yeah,
common one for people who want to watch.
and then I watch Kyrie a lot. I kind of watch like all the games in the NBA, so I just like I know a lot of the players, but those are the main two I like to watch a lot. But yeah, I watch a lot of the NBA. Yeah.
Are there any players that you model your game after that you feel that your game is similar to?
Um, yeah, I try to model it a little like a little bit of Kyrie and a little bit of Curry at the same time, like the mixture of the handles and the finishing and the shooting and their decision making as well. Um, for high school, like I get a lot of people that tell me I play like Jada Williams, or they used to say I play like Ronnie, but she's in college now. So yeah, I used to get a lot of those. I used to get a lot of Ronnie Porters and Jada Williams.
Not bad people to be compared to. I think
Mhm.
the battle between you and Ronnie probably was pretty exciting because you got athletic,
Mhm.
energetic, non-stopping guards.
Yeah.
So, kind of along that, okay, let's go off the court. When you're not playing basketball, not at practice and stuff, what are things that people can find you doing? What's something that you like to do when you're not playing basketball?
Um, I like to go, I like to go watch movies in the movie theater or go to the mall, go shopping, have fun with friends. During high school season, I like to go watch, the other sports that goes around high school. So like football or volleyball games, couple soccer games, but yeah, I like to stay around sports as much as I can.
I hear you. Have you ever played any other sports besides basketball, or has basketball been the main one?
I'm gonna continue to run track this year. 'Cause I ran it last year. I really liked it. In sixth and a little bit of seventh grade, I used to play a little bit of volleyball. And then I mean like I can play soccer, but I don't want to. It's a little push. It's like because that's the time where a lot of teams prepare for the high school season, so
No,
just gotta catch a little break.
nothing wrong with that. Do you have
Yeah.
any superstitions before a game or before a practice or anything of that nature?
No, not really. I just kind of just zone in and listen to music or, yeah, that's really it. Just listen to music.
What's on the pregame hype playlist? What are some of the go-tos to get hype before a game?
Um, I like to listen to a lot of Little Baby songs and J. Cole and, a couple of Dub Baby songs. It's kind of all in the mixture of the rap game.
There you go. Okay, so
Mhm.
coming up this year, is it state or bust? What's the expectation that we're coming into this season with?
Um, so we already started with like the little kind of talks of how we're gonna get there with the morning workouts. So we're trying to get everybody there and prepare for the season so we don't have to prepare during the season. So I think this year we'll make it to state. Like I think it's a guaranteed spot this year. I think we'll make it to state. Yeah.
There you go. So if people are coming to watch you, who are some of your teammates at DeLaSalle that you think they might enjoy watching, that you want to give a shout out to, that they could be in for a big season?
I would probably give a shout out to Jordan, our big man. She's been working on her footwork and her finishing out the basket. Madeline Blaylark, she's been working on her dribbling, her pull up, and her 3 pointers and all of that, her finishing. Um, I would say Malia White, she's been working on her too. Her 3 pointers, her pull up, and her finishing as well. But yeah, I think we'll all have a good season together.
There you go. What's some of coach's non-negotiables when it comes to team? What is he expectations? Like if you're not doing this, you're sitting on the bench.
He expects us to communicate during like drills, counting, or on defense, offense. He expects us to like go as hard as we can. No breaks, no slacking, pushing yourself, encouraging teammates, picking teammates up. Um, and he expects us to like play as a team and not play selfish or play by yourself. He wants us to play all together as one.
I like it. Well, we'll give you some of your night back here. We'll wrap it up with this.
Mhm.
What's the one word that you would use to describe your game?
Um, I would say dominant.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. I would say that I think the confidence, I think the game, willing to take the big shots, willing to get the big
Mhm.
steals. I think willing to take the charge, willing to kind of put your body on the line. So yeah,
Yep.
I would say that's a pretty good one. That is good.
Yep.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
want to say thank you for taking the time. I am so
Yep.
excited to see you and your team this year. You're a young team, you're an exciting team, you're a fast team.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to the season. Good luck with the season. I
Yep.
can't wait
Thank
to see you
you.
guys fight for that state tournament, and you have a great one.
Thank you. You too, Eric.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.